And welcome back. It's a new month now, so it's the 1st of Feb and it's the Corbett higher plus 5 a day. Now, I haven't done most of these questions. I mean, I've seen a few of them before, but my understanding is it starts to get a bit tougher from here. And actually looking at this first question already, this just looks a bit of a jump in difficulty from last month. So excellent. So let's give this a go and see what we've got. Right, what do we have? So circle x squared plus y squared equals 25. So the radius is 5. Points A and B is coordinates 0, 5, so it tells what A and B are. So A is 0, 5, and B is 3 minus 4. Of course it is, 3, 4, 5 triangle. And then it says the tangent meet at the point P, work out the coordinates of P. Okay, obvious first point. This tangent here is a horizontal line. So that's going to have the equation y equals 5. So actually I know what the y coordinate of P is already down. So I know the y coordinate is 5. So actually the question is really, what's the equation on the line of the tangent at B and where does it meet the line y equals 5? So let's do that. The way to calculate all these questions is I need to work out the radius or the gradient of the radius from O to B. And I'm going down 4, I'm going across 3, so that's going to give me minus 4 over 3, which implies the gradient of the tangent is going to be the negative reciprocal of that, which is 3 over 4. Good so far. That means the equation of my line, well, it gives me the point 3 minus 4, so actually this isn't too bad either. So y minus 4 is y plus 4 equals 3 quarters x minus 3, which means that y equals 3 quarters x minus 9 over 4 minus, well, 4 is 16 over 4, which means it's all in quarters, which means the equation of the tangent at the point B is going to be 3 quarters x minus 25 over 4. Yeah, I think that's right, happy with that. And then I need to know where that line meets the line y equals 5. So in other words, I'm going to say, where does 3 quarters x minus 25 over 4 equal the line 5? I'm going to multiply everything by 4, just makes it a bit neater. So 3x minus 25 is equal to 20. Add 25 to both sides is 45. Divide by 3 means that x is equal to 15. 20, 25, 30, yeah, 50. I already know the y value as said, so therefore that's going to give me 15, 5. First question done. Difficult, but quite fun question, that one. Nice one. Next question. What do we have? Water flow, graph shows. Okay. This is quite a clever rewording of a speed, distance, time question, isn't it? So this is involving, let's see what it says. So graph above shows information. What happens between 30 and 40? How much water? Yeah, okay. It's basically getting you to understand that the area underneath the graph is the amount of water, where under is negative water and above is positive water. So first part of the question is just getting you to lead to the second part. What happens between 30 and 40? Well, because this is a negative value, and in other words, underneath the axis, that means that water is, well, let's read it. So graph shows empty container filled with water. So water is leaving container. I'm just putting that in context based on the question. And then the next part of the question says, how much water is in the container after 40 seconds? Well, it's going to be, let's do it separately. It's going to be the area of this, take away the area of this, because that's what's lost. In other words, I have a trapezium minus a triangle. So that's going to be half the height of the trapezium, which is 50, times by the sum of the sides. So 20 minus 5 is going to give me 15 plus 30. So just to explain that, there's my 15 and there's my 30. And then I am going to add on the triangle, which is a half times the base, which is 10, times the height, which is minus 20. Remembering I've got the minus in here, so I don't need to take it away. Let's work this out. So let's do this carefully. So that's going to give me 0.5 times 50 times 45, which is 1125. Take away 0.5 times 10 times 20, which is 100, which is going to give me 1025 centimeters cubed. And I've got that from here, by the way, because I've used my graph to tell me the units. Good question. Really nice question. I like that question. Next and final question of today. The first 5 terms of a quadratic sequence are, now, As I've probably said in other videos, lots of people teach the A plus B plus C and the 3A plus B method. I don't, it's absolutely fine. I don't really like it because it sort of involves you learning and not understanding why. I prefer to do the slightly longer method. So let's work out the differences. So that's plus 6, that's plus 10. Presume this is 14, yeah, plus 14, and this is plus 18. In other words, my differences are 4. So my A term is half the second difference, which is 2. Then I'm going to write the sequence again. So I've got 30, 36, 46, and 60. And I'm going to write underneath 2 lots of n squared. So 1 squared is 1 times 2 is 2. 2 squared is 4 times 2 is 8. 3 squared is 9 times 2 is 18. 4 squared is 16 times 2 is 32. I'm going to take that away. So I'm taking away my 2n squared. And that leaves behind 28, 28, 28, yeah, and 28. Excellent. So actually this is quite easy, isn't it? So that means my nth term, so let's write un is equal to 2n squared plus 28. Well, good question to finish on. It has definitely jumped in difficulty, hasn't it? Notably, I mean, not much harder, not too hard, but notably harder than we saw last month. As ever, like, subscribe, any questions down below, and I'll see you for the next video. Thanks all.